Hello everyone and welcome to our presentation, educational presentation today. My name is Paul Arsov and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. The topic of our presentation today is the US dollar and the foundation for its domination. The topic touches on finances, business, some politics, and there's a little history. But in the very beginning, we are going to start this presentation with a statement that US credit instruments anchor the global financial system because the US states overwhelming presence in America's deep and liquid capital markets guarantees that these instruments typically do not trade at any substantial discount relative to similar instruments globally. Instead, they can be the raw material from which trillions of dollars of derivatives and repo activities are built. So if you ask most economists and political science professors who study money why the US dollar persists as the predominant currency for denominating global trade, lending, and investment flows, they're likely to say something about how private actors converged around network effects, low transaction costs, and America's deep and liquid capital markets. These factors are all true and in some sense, but they invert the actual operation of the global credit, not money system. The view obscures the central role of the US state and the priority of credit creation over currencies and invoicing. Economists are largely committed to the belief that the market and essentially money is neutral and that exchange is voluntary. On that view, money is simply a way to make exchange easier by avoiding barter. Money is just a commodity like any other, except that market actors have voluntarily coalesced around one particular commodity to use for exchange and for denominating credit. Because money is just another commodity, credit is downstream of money. In this loanable funds view of credit, actors save part of their income and lend it to banks. Banks act as intermediaries for savers and then relent that money to borrowers, making profits of the spread between the interest on deposits and the interest on loans. This is why most widely used econometric models didn't have terms for the financial system until after the 2008 global financial crisis. It also didn't hurt that ignoring money made the complex econometric models economists use more tractable. When these academics look at the global financial system, they simply port these beliefs about domestic money and credit over to the international sphere. Individual savers become countries that consume less than they produce and export their savings, enabling countries that consume or invest more than they produce to borrow those savings to buy that surplus production. Here, money can only be in one place at a time, and like the domestic sphere, money in the form of savings precedes the expansion of credit. Foreign exchange reserves function like household savings, buffering countries against a sudden need to cover unexpected expenses. And the dollar is simply the currency that myriad private actors opted to use because so many use it. The transaction costs are lower than, say, trying to find someone to take your Peruvian pesos when you need Malaysian ringgit. The deep and liquid American capital markets is easier to trade pesos for dollars and then dollars for ringgit. And those deep and liquid markets just exist with no explanation of context or origin. The view is mostly mistaken. Credit precedes money rather than the other way around. And banks endogenously create money out of nothing when they create credit for borrowers. When a borrower comes to the bank with collateral, mostly real estate, as we will see, the bank can create a loan against that collateral. The bank creates money by creating a deposit for the borrower. This generates a symmetrical pair of assets and liabilities. The bank has the loan as an asset and the deposit as a liability. The borrower has the new deposit as an asset and the new debt as a liability. The only special thing about money, especially cash, is that it trades at par. So all money is credit, but no, not all credit is money, like tradable at par, as the potential divergence between bonds face value and its market value shows. Endogenous credit creation by banks reveals the critical role of the state. The loanable funds model conceals. First, it reveals that credit is exclusively about the ability to compel future performance, a claim on the future behavior of people and firms, not a transfer of existing funds. Only the state can guarantee this performance. Power matters. Second, the unpredictability of future performance creates a hierarchy of credit instruments based on the probability of that performance. At both the global and domestic level, this hierarchy manifests as either or both differences in interest rates and the degree to which a credit instrument must be discounted from par value to be accepted as money. As an economist called Hyman Minsky showed, the financial system intrinsically trends to overgenerate credit and cause financial crisis. Third, the US state can simply print dollars to to bail out banks that overextend credit, as in 2008, and it can do so globally because everyone largely deals in dollar-denominated securities. But why? Why is this? US credit instruments anchor the global financial system because the US state overwhelming presence in America's deep and liquid capital markets guarantees that these instruments typically do not trade at any substantial discount relative to similar instruments globally. Typically, instead, they can be the raw material from which trillions of dollars of derivatives and repo activities are built. US fixed income instruments constituted on average about 40% of global fixed interest instruments in 2021. And from 2007 to 2021, on average, 3/4 of that 40% were instruments explicitly or implicitly guaranteed by US state treasuries, mortgage-backed securities issued by and guaranteed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The direct debt of those two mortgage giants and municipal bonds. This reveals the importance of real estate in general and housing in particular for providing the collateral between and behind bank credit creation. Globally, all real estate accounts for about 40% of wealth and housing for about 32%, though only about 38% in the United States. On the other side of the equation, about 2/3 of bank assets and activity are housing related, and 16% of global financial income instruments and US government guaranteed housing debt. Global finance and America's deep and liquid capital markets literally rest on this real estate foundation. As the French sociologist Pierre Bourdieu once wrote, there are few markets, they're not only so controlled as the housing market is by the state, but indeed so truly constructed by the state. The dollar dominates because so far the US state dominates the world financially, politically, and militarily, and for most part, and the US housing market almost totally. Private financial actors cannot display this dominance. And with this said, I'm ending this presentation, and I can come back a little more to tell you about the projects that currently we're building on. The first project I like to tell you is about our NFT marketplace, which is based on three-dimensional objects. Like with these three-dimensional objects, basically when you deal with three-dimensional objects, we need a special software which loads and displays these three-dimensional objects. Usually people are using game engines, and currently there are two popular choices of game engines for displaying of 3D objects. One of these game engines is called Unity and the other one is called Unreal. But from the very beginning, we decide to build our own 3D software engine, and what it does is it reads the 3D object file, it loads it in computer, it opens a window on a display, and it places the 3D object that it read from a file, and then it starts animating it in a way of moving it in a random fashion around the window. But in addition to this basic initial capabilities of loading, opening a window and animating the 3D NFT, our 3D software engine has multiple additional capabilities. The first additional capability is the capability of speaking. Our 3D NFTs can speak in one of three different voices. The 3D NFTs can speak either in a male voice or in a female voice or in a whisper kind of a voice. In addition to the three basic voices, there are flavors of voices. Like for example, a voice can be spoken either in a normal speed manner or in a fast speed manner or in a slow speed manner. And if we take, for example, a male voice and it is spoken in a slow speed manner, then this voice comes as the voice of a very masculine person or the voice of an old person. If on the other hand we take a female voice and it is spoken in a fast speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of a funny person or the voice of a little girl. The next additional important capability for our 3D NFTs is the capability of voice recognition. For example, if we have a 3D NFT which is moving around the window in a random fashion, then we can issue our very first voice command to this 3D NFT to stop moving, and then the 3D NFT is going to stand still and stop moving. We can then issue following voice commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. And then the 3D NFT is going to fulfill each one of these separate voice commands and move left, then move right, move up, then move down, come closer, zoom in, go farther away, zoom out, and start rotating. The next additional and important capability for our 3D NFTs is their capability of having basic artificial intelligence. You can ask the 3D NFT what is your name, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT who are you, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply with in few sentences on who they are. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something. For example, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. And then the 3D NFT is going to reply in few sentences and describe Web3 or decentralization or the country called Russia. The next additional capability for our 3D NFTs is the capability to display them in a way of stereoscopics. What stereoscopics means is that like part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in red or reddish colors, and another part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in blue or bluish colors. Then like you can go to our 3D NFT marketplace, and probably now is the point to tell you the URL and the name of the 3D NFT marketplace. It is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFTs typed in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D followed by 3 other letters NFT, and it is all together 3D NFT. Then there is dot, then there are two words, decentralized and web, and they're all together, decentralized web. Then there is dot, and it ends with org. Once again, the URL and the name of the 3D NFT marketplace is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. On the top of the front page of the 3D NFT marketplace, you're going to see several links. One of these links is a link to accessories. You can click on this link and you're going to see that we are offering special glasses. You can order one pair of these glasses, and when you receive this pair, you are going to see that one lens of this glass is red and the other lens of this glass is blue. Then when you get these glasses and when you put these glasses on, you can request displaying of the 3D NFT in a way of stereoscopics, and then you're going to see the 3D NFT coming out of the flat two-dimensional computer screen, and you're going to see it in real 3 dimensions. So that's it, describing and talking about our 3D NFTs and our 3D software engine, but I like to mention that we few things about our 3D NFT marketplace. In our project about 3D NFTs, we have our own blockchain instance, and in this way we do not require our users to pay gas fees for deployment of the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens, and our users do not pay gas fees for transactions of transfer of ownership from one user to another user. By having our own blockchain instance, then we can also detach the buying and selling of the 3D NFTs from just a single popular crypto coin, and currently our 3D NFT marketplace allows buying and selling of 3D NFTs in 4 different crypto coins. The choices include Solana Sol, Polygon Matic, Avalanche Avax, and Qcoin, which is a big centralized crypto exchange. They have a coin called KCS. In addition to buying and selling of 3D NFTs with these 4 different crypto coins, we have a second parallel and independent way of buying and selling of 3D NFTs, and it is done entirely in fiat currency. So if you, for example, are an user and you come to our 3D NFT marketplace, you click on the collection of NFTs, you find one that you like, and you click on it, and you're going to see like at the point of purchasing that you have a choice of payment with one of these crypto coins, and then a fifth choice of paying with fiat currency. So if you select this choice of paying with fiat currency and click the button to go next, you're going to be presented with a screen where you can put the number of your debit or credit card, and when you click to complete the transaction, what is going to happen is there is going to be a conversion from your national fiat currency to US dollars, and this transfer is going to be deposited in our bank account. So what is going to happen then is there is going to be second action of transfer of ownership, the initial ownership from our 3D NFT marketplace to you, and you become the first user of this 3D NFT. You can play with this 3D NFT for a while, and then you can decide to put this 3D NFT for sale. You can decide yourself on the price for this 3D NFT, and then you can declare this NFT as a 3D NFT for sale. Let's say there's a second user, they come to our 3D NFT marketplace, they click and browse through all of the 3D NFTs, and like they see your particular 3D NFT, they like it, and they want to buy it. So what happens is then the second user is choosing between paying with crypto or fiat currency. Let's say they choose paying with fiat currency, and what is going to happen is there is going to be a transaction and conversion from the national fiat currency of the second user, which could be different from you, the first user, and it could be different from the US dollar. And this transaction and this transfer is going to be deposited in, converted to US dollars and deposited in our bank account. We're going to follow this action with the second action and transfer of ownership from you, the first user, to the new user, and then currently the new user becomes a current owner of this 3D NFT. Then we're going to follow this action with the third action and transfer of from our bank account and conversion from US dollars to the national fiat currency of you, the first user and former owner of this 3D NFT, and this transfer is going to be deposited in your bank account. With this said, I'm going to end the description of this first project, and I can tell you about the second project that we work on. The second project is based on the idea that there's going to be an exponential growth of electric vehicles, and these electric vehicles are going to be needing charging. Currently, the power utilities, private actors, and like some manufacturers of like chargers, they are working all together around so-called gas station model. In the gas station model, like cars are coming, they load fuel, and they do this quickly, and then they leave. And currently, the actors around electric vehicle charging, they're like betting on this model where they put number of chargers and in a specific location. Then the cars are coming, they charge, and they go. But like charging electric vehicle is not like putting gas in a gas tank of internal combustion vehicle. It takes much longer to charge an electric car, and what is going to happen with an exponential growth of electric vehicles is that there is going to be very long wait time and long lines going on the street for the chance to come to the charger and start charging, if we based charging on this gas station model. So what we decided to do is we decided to build and offer products which allow charging at the parking lot. With this model, there is going to be a specific measuring of the electric power which was consumed, and there has to be also access control which allows the user to identify themselves and to declare themselves as wanting to start charging. And then this unit, which we are currently building and we have prototypes of, is going to provide and turn on the electric power, and then the user can start charging their electric vehicle and at a parking lot. This parking lot could be their own parking lot at home, or it could be like a parking lot at like a place of work, or it can be a parking lot of for example a retail place like Walmart, Target, or other big retail stores, or it can be column which is currently used for putting coins or declaring buying time for a parking. These columns could be outfitted with these units which allow charging of electric vehicles. And with this said, I'm ending the description of the second project that we work on. Thank you for viewing, thank you for listening to this presentation. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, and goodbye.